What's up? So today I'm going to be unboxing this Wansmoke turbo kit for the KA24E, so 240SX/D21 kit. Yeah, that is for my hardbody. So just unbox everything and show you guys what comes in it. And down the road I'll post stuff about installing the kit. So yeah, let's go. So starting off, opening the box, you can see all of the rubber intercooler couplings. So there's a bunch of straights, 90, other 90, and then 3 more straights. I think that's it for those. So I've already kind of like taken a look at everything. So we'll start with these two guys. So starting off with this box, in here is this is the oil feed that would plug into any of these, probably this brass fitting here. You pull oil from the engine, and then this is the feed into the top of the turbo. It comes with the gasket and then some bolts as well. On my 93 hardbody, I have a sandwich plate, which is where I get like oil pressure from. So it'll just screw straight into here. Following this in the other box is the boost controller that comes with the kit, it is a manual boost controller. So it comes with, just like vacuum line, so a boost line, and then the boost controller itself. I don't know how a manual boost controller works. Also comes with some hardware, like hose clamps and whatnot. Oh, and my lights are out. Okay, got those things packaged back up. Lights are back on. Next, we will look at, I believe this is the oil return. Oil return. I have watched some videos that it comes with an aluminum return bung. This is the hose. Ooh, pretty solid, steel braided, just super simple oil feed. And then it comes with A&10 fittings. It comes with an aluminum bung that is supposed to be welded onto the oil pan, but the single cams have a steel oil pan. So I know welding aluminum and steel doesn't really work. So I ordered just like sandwich oil return bung. I'll put a picture, it's like right here. This is what it looks like. Just so that I have a little easier time hooking up my oil return. Okay, following, so we've done the oil lines, couplers. Next we'll look at the blow-off valve and the wastegate. So this is the blow-off valve. I believe it is red. Yes, I'm correct. So it comes with a gasket and then a T-fitting, as well as some hose clamps, 2 bolts, and I think, yes, 2 nuts. Then it comes with a flange that is to be welded onto your charge piping. I'm not gonna run a blow-off valve because I'm not gonna be running pretty low boost, and I wanna hear turbo flow. So I'm not gonna run that. And it also comes with some more vacuum boost lines to be plugged into the blow-off valve. Taking it out, this is what it looks like. Just red. Simple blow-off valve. Very high quality. Everything is tight. Looks great for being just like an eBay kit. I will say I'm not mad at how all of this looks and the quality of the parts so far. Next up is the wastegate. Comes covered in foam and then in a foam this packaging, and then this is the wastegate. It's pretty big. Pretty sure from the guy it has a 7-pound spring, which I think I'm gonna change that out for a 5-pound spring. It also comes with a flange and then hardware. And then I didn't check out what it came with in these slots. Oh, and then these are gaskets. Let's see. We have gaskets. One for connecting to the turbo manifold, and I believe, yeah, and then one for the wastegate pipe, which I'm gonna run a recirculating wastegate, so it's just gonna be just bolted on like this, and then the pipe is gonna run into my downpipe, and then into the rest of my exhaust system, because I can't have a crazy loud car being in California. So, alrighty, that is blow-off valve and wastegate. Next up, we'll take a look at the downpipe. So it comes with a 2.5-inch downpipe, as well as the turbo manifold flange. In this box is, I believe this is intercooler, just like mounting hardware. And then it comes with a bunch of bolts, and washers for the manifold flange. And then here is the turbo manifold flange. So this is the turbo flange, pretty solid piece of aluminum, I think. I'm probably wrong. And then it comes with the gasket as well. Pretty nice bit of kit. All feels really good. And next, we'll take a look at the piece of pipe that comes with for the downpipe. And then this is what is supplied for the turn down for the downpipe, which is where I'll have my wideband as well as my narrowband O2 sensors. It's a pretty just traditional, it's just a 90 mandrel bend, 2.5-inch diameter piece of pipe. That looks really good. All right, next we'll take a look at the air filter. Probably save the turbo for last, and then that's intercooler piping, intercooler, and turbo manifold. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at the air filter. I don't know what MPH is. This is probably just some cheap air filter, but you don't need to spend a cajillion dollars on an air filter because it's an air filter. So yeah, so this is it. This one is blue. Comes with the rubber fitting part and then a hose clamp to get mounted onto either straight onto the turbo or onto any intake piping. Pretty straightforward. It's an air filter. Doesn't feel cheap. It's not falling apart. What more can you ask for an air filter, right? That's about that. Next up, we will take a look at the intercooler. So here we have the intercooler. Very solid welds all around both sides. 2.5-inch diameter for the charge piping. And then it has 2 mounting holes on the top and on the bottom. So you can just decide which way you want it to be mounted. All of the fins appear to be in very good shape. And this is how it came packaged, with a little piece of foam on the bottom, and then a piece of foam on the top, wrapped around in cardboard. You get the idea. Alrighty, my pops got home, so I kind of showed him everything. But I think next we will take a look at the manifold, which is cast iron. It's kind of like the Rev 9. Okay, so taking it out of the box, well, first of all, in the box there is a flange with hardware. There is the gasket, which goes in between the block and then the manifold. And it's heavy. Cast iron is heavy. Fun fact. Ooh, yeah. And then we have the manifold. So it is a top mount turbo manifold with the wastegate, which will go on the bottom. There is a little lip. You can see it's not perfectly round, but it's nothing a little Dremel can't fix. Both sides are completely flat. Doesn't seem to be warped or anything, which is good. But yeah, again, also very straightforward. It's just a manifold. This bolts up, turbo, bolt onto the top, which is what we will look at next. Seems pretty sweet. I'm excited. Very excited. So out of the box, top is going to be a piece of paper, which I'm actually going to look at now because I didn't look at it, as well as a manifold flange, another one, and flanges, or sorry, not flanges, gaskets. These are gaskets. They're not flanges. I apologize. That is on me. Comes with gaskets for the feed, the oil feed and return, and then a gasket for the manifold. And then, oh, this is just turbo. Charge vibration sorting rig. I don't know what that means. If anybody knows what this means, focus. Hello? Oop. Oh, sorry about that. If anybody knows what this means, please let me know, because I would love to learn more. It is a T3, T4 turbo, and I'll go ahead and take it out, which it is very nicely packaged. There's a box in a box, and then it has the foamy stuff holding the turbo in. So taking the bag out of the box, is a very heavy turbo. This is my first ever anything like this. They're heavy. There is oil all in the bottom of the bag, but I do believe that's because the return cover open, and I think this might be pre-oiled. Not 100% sure if that's a thing or not. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and give you guys a little closer look at this. Okay, now that you guys are set up, it does have a cap for the intake side of the turbo. Try and get this out of the bag. Alrighty. Now that the turbo is out of the bag, you can see there is the inducer. The first thing I noticed, there is zero, I don't know how to show you guys, zero side-to-side shaft play and zero in and out shaft play. It is a very solid build, I guess that's what it would be called. And then it has a cap for the charge side. There's a cap for the oil inlet, cap for the oil return or oil feed on the top, and a cap for the side which will hook up to the turbo manifold. It is a very solidly put together turbo. See, it is dead silent. And listening to it, there's definitely oil in it already, which is why the bag was oily, and everything's a little oily. We could see the back where that flange will connect up to with the downpipe. This is, how many blades is this one? It is a 12 blade outlet side. Very nice. It also comes with a fitting already pre-drilled and installed for boost, or for a boost gauge and for boost pressure to a blow-off valve, or a blow-off valve and the wastegate. Which, now thinking about it, I didn't see a port on the wastegate. We'll check that out. We'll check that out after I clean all this back up. Just to clarify, because I might have missed that. But yeah, overall, I'm very, very happy with this turbo. It is really solid. So once I install it, I'll get like my oil and stuff hooked up, and then I'll need to clock it so that it is oriented correctly. But it's a very high quality piece for being an eBay turbo. Yeah, really happy with how this looks. We'll open back up the wastegate and we'll check that out real quick. Okay, garage is gonna be open now. So looking at the wastegate, it has 2 ports, port 1 and port 2. I'm not 100% sure what both ports are for and if they serve different purposes. Fairly certain they do. But it also comes with 2 of these little fittings that screw into these holes. If someone could let me know what they're specifically for. Obviously one is for boost pressure, not 100% sure what the other one's for. So if someone could let me know in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated, because I'm kind of just documenting me doing this and learning as I go, just so that you guys can also learn and I can learn, just for funsies. So, but yeah, if you guys could let me know what that is for, that'd be greatly appreciated. And last but not least, it is going to be the intercooler piping, which is right over here. Okay, so taking a look at the intercooler piping, we have 190. We have another pipe that is not 90. I think that's like a 60-degree bend, just looking at it. We have 2 90s. Have what appears to be 45. Another like 60-degree. And then in this bag is, I don't know if this is a bag. Oh, there is a bag, I think. Is a plethora of hose clamps. There's a lot. We're just gonna leave that in there. Sorry, that's probably very loud. Oh, and it ripped the bag. Whatever. I'm just gonna set that down. Anyways, continuing on. We have another, what appears to be a 45. So 2 90s, 2 45s, 2 60s, and then 2 straights. Right here. So this is everything that is included in the Wansmoke KA24E, so the single cam turbo kit. We have air filter, turbo manifold, oil feed and return, wastegate, blow-off valve, intercooler, downpipe with the flange, your charge pipe, rubber hoses, intercooler piping, hose clamps, intercooler, and air filter, as well as the turbo. All really, really nice. So that is kind of just my unboxing and my real first impression of it. Well, first, I've already taken a look at everything, but like really looking at everything in detail, it's kind of my first impression at it. And I'm very satisfied. It was, in total, it was $696 and some change. But so for $700, I feel like this is a lot. it all seems very high quality, and I'm really excited to put it together. I do plan on documenting me putting it all together and installing it on my truck, and I'll take some videos and whatnot of my truck, just so that you guys know what it looks like. There goes my lights. But that's about it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.